been around for almost now 35 years. And in these 35 years, I have not seen any government, and there have been a number of governments, who has ever thought about us. So this is the first time that any government has applied their mind and their emotions and said, "Ki yaar, let's do something in media and entertainment. Let's make that powerful. Let's let India be a leader in that." Now, whether we finally become a leader or not is that we will see. But the fact that the present government has thought about it and has actually made the effort to announce it and organize it is, I think it's a huge initiative.
These are the words expressed by Amir Khan at the conclusion of a panel discussion which was held at World Audiovisual and Entertainment Summit in Mumbai, organized by the Government of India. I have been repeatedly saying the same words in this program, that for the first time in India, we have a government which recognizes Indian cinema as its soft power and is willing to formulate and implement policies which will be beneficial for the growth and development of Indian film industry. The South film industry is very well organized, but Hindi film industry, popularly known as Bollywood, is totally disorganized.
Hindi film, typically, you have a maximum of 5,000 screens. Our biggest hits over the years, no matter which film it is, has had a theatrical footfall of 3 crore people or 3.5 crore people. Am I saying the right thing? That's what percentage of our population? 1, 2, 2%? So 2% of our population in a country which is recognized as a film-loving country, only 2% of the population watches our biggest hit in theaters.
The present crisis which the Hindi film industry is facing can only be corrected by increasing the box office collections, which Amir Khan has rightly expressed can only be achieved by increasing the number of theaters and by increasing the window between the theatrical release and the OTT.
You see, earlier films would come in theaters, and then it would, I remember many years back, it would be a year later, it would be on satellite. Then it became 8 months later on satellite. Then it became 6 months later on satellite. So what happens is, I have a choice as an audience that, okay, I can watch the film in the theater as it releases, or I can wait 6 months and watch it on satellite. Today, what is happening is that, and I've said this in one place earlier, if I'm selling you this, whatever is in my hand, and we sell so many products in the world, I want to know if any product has this business model. Here is something I'm selling you, please buy it from me, I tell you. Buy it from me for 10 rupees, 100 rupees, whatever the cost may be. And if you don't, I'll come and drop it at your house after 8 weeks. This is the business model we are currently following. Correct me if I'm wrong. Absolutely. Because when a film is releasing, I know I can go to the theater and pay for it, or I can wait for it to come on OTT and I can watch it. I've already paid for it. So, if I have to be very honest to my audience when I'm marketing my film, I have to tell my audience that, guys, my film is releasing. But all those people who are on this particular subscription, on this particular OTT, they've already bought my film. They don't need to come to the theaters. The ones who are not in this OTT, please come and watch my film. This is my communication that I'll have to make in all honesty, which is a very awkward communication. So according to me, that window is too small. That between theatrical and OTT, you're killing your own business.
And also by increasing the market of Indian films, and in this context, Hindi films in the international market.
But I think Chuck is so right, his observation that we as Indians, we make films for our own audience. And we don't even think of an international audience. Now, one of the reasons is that we have a large and healthy audience of our own. And in different languages for that matter, because India doesn't only make Hindi films, they make multiple languages. And each language has a very strong and vibrant audience. So I think for us, often as filmmakers over the decades, I feel my common sense tells me that because filmmakers were making films for their own audience, they didn't think of an audience outside of India. Also, when you're making a film for the world, then your manner of communication might have to change a little bit. You know, the manner in which you communicate, not the story itself, because I feel the more local you are in your selection of content, the more global you are quite naturally. You know, because as an audience, when I'm watching a film from a different country, I get, quite mesmerized by discovering how people live there, what is their culture. It's exciting for me. So I think that the more honest you are with where you come from, you actually do end up traveling a lot more. But what happens is that we have not spent time, I think as Indian producers and filmmakers, we have not spent time in trying to create a distribution channel. If we invest our time and effort in trying to create a distribution channel for our films in different countries and different parts of the world, then I think that will start happening.
The Prime Minister Modi has been repeatedly extending hand towards Bollywood, but there is nobody to shake hand with him as the representative of Bollywood. Whatever Amir Khan is saying can only be implemented if the government formulates the right policies. And we are very fortunate that Amir Khan is very aware of this also.
It's a huge opportunity for all of us as Indian filmmakers across the languages. That for the first time the government is showing interest in us. This is the time. What we discuss today in Waves, a lot of all these discussions will actually finally translate into policies. So this is a dialogue that has just started. I feel this is the first time that this dialogue has started between the film fraternity or the entertainment fraternity. It's not just films. Between the creative fraternity and the government is the first time that dialogue has started, I feel. So I think it's a very welcome, start. And this can, with the correct kind of dialogue that we have with the government, we can actually come out with certain policies that have a very deep and far-ranging impact on the business in the creative fields.
After listening to Amir Khan, it becomes clear that he is the right candidate to lead Bollywood because he is a charismatic superstar at par with Shah Rukh Khan and Salman, so he will be able to rally their support also, and no one else will have any problem following him as a leader because he has that charismatic personality, he has the vision, and he has the determination. He is not only an actor but also a producer and a director. Thank you.